Welcome, everyone. My name is Alan Kennedy of Time, Team and Money, and I'm going to do a quick session on why you do not mention your price on your website. I'm going to illustrate it with a couple of examples to just show why, if you mention your price on your website, one, it can exclude lots of people, and two, it can seriously reduce your wealth. So let's dive straight in and let's deal with what I saw the other day. I went on a website and I saw the price for a service was £5,000. It could have been a set of accounts, it could have been some HR provision, and it could have been a lawyer just doing a small claim. But it was £5,000, and I immediately thought, "Gosh, £5,000, that's expensive." Why did I think it's expensive? Well, it's all to do with expectation. I take the view that you can do a contract of employment by downloading off a proprietary website, which cost me £30, a standard contract, tailor it around, and that's really easy. What can be more complex? Except I don't understand the issues. And and that's one of the reasons why, when I saw the £5,000, I would immediately have gone and done what I usually do, which is do it myself. Had I realized the issues involved, I would have known that the role of the HR advisor, and indeed the role of the accountant and the lawyer, is to take the client from Hell Island to Heaven Island. So let's look at why people want contract employment. They want well-motivated employees. They don't want to have their trust exploited. They don't want someone to walk off with all the clients. They want to give someone career progression. There's all sorts of reasons why people have contracts of employment. But none of those I could do without help from a specialist HR advisor. I also thought back to a time about 20 years ago when I went through a difficult time. And I went to the Institute of Chartered Accountants and they said, you need to see a career coach to help you draft your CV. And the cost of a careers coach in today's terms was about £10,000. I said to the Institute, well, couldn't you draft my CV for me? And they said, yes, we can. We can do that as part of our advisory service. Don't think they do it anymore, but they did at the time. And so I got them to draft my CV. I reckon that decision alone probably cost me about £100,000. It meant that the jobs I had in the next 4 years were significantly lower than I would otherwise have got. I was a lot slower getting back into what I call remunerative work. And so, relatively speaking, that £5,000 would have been a good investment had I chosen to make it. And I actually understood what the good quality HR advisor could do for me. So that's reason number one for not putting your price on the website, is it excludes people like Alan Kennedy who don't understand the necessity of having good quality advice. But I do understand the pain I go through of not having a good job. And so if you attract me to your website and we get chatting and you can tell me about how you can help me find a good job, a good career move, then I'm prepared to pay for it. But at the moment, I don't even know what I need. Okay, it's sort of unconscious incompetence. The other reason for not quoting your price is it puts people off who just don't realize how good you are. I think of my business coach and a typical client who comes into Robin Waite's business, or it could be Chris Gardner, who used to coach me, both get similar results, would be undercharging by roughly 1/3 what they could charge for the quality of advice they give, and generally have roughly 1/3 of the clients that they would have after 2 years with Robin Waite. So if you multiply those up, and you can get to a situation where they double or treble their income fairly easily. But when they come in through the door, they just don't realize it's possible. And I get that when I'm into clients who say, well, can you increase your prices? And they say, no, that's the going market rate. Well, behold, 6 months later, they're charging 2 or 3 times what they used to charge. And in fact, my ideal client I would take from charging about £2,000 for a set of accounts to charging £8,000 a year. How do I do that? Well, that's for another day. Okay. So, but if I told the accountant, I'm going to get you to charge all your clients £8,000 and you'll be seriously wealthy, then they're quite likely to listen to me and say, how do you do that? Well, unless they disbelieve me because it just seems too unbelievable, but let's assume they did. Whereas if I told them the price of my consultancy is £5,000, because they don't even know it's possible to charge a client £8,000, they won't come anywhere near me. So if you don't want to deny your clients the opportunity of becoming rich, from getting Hell Island to Heaven Island to making serious amounts of money, then please put your prices on your website. But if you want to give them the opportunity of helping them, and also what I would suggest you do is you link the prices that you charge to the value you bring. Why? Because that way you will be better remunerated. The clients will be happier because then they know they're paying for what they get rather than what you perceive they're getting. How do you do that? I hear you say, well, probably the best way of doing it. I remember once I was sitting down talking with an accountant and he charged £5,000 for 7 accounts. I said, how do you do that? The going rate is surely £1,500. That's ridiculous. You're not near London. You're not in central London. You haven't got rich and famous people coming to you. How do you do it? He said, it's easy. The quality of my advice is really excellent. And it was. I talked to him a lot and I could see that he really knew what he was talking about. And therefore, I'm worth it. But if a client doesn't think that, and it's not important what I think, it's what the client thinks, then I will, at the end of a year, I'm just going to check this. I'm not recording this. Yes, I am recording it. Sorry. If at the end of a year they don't think they've had value for money, then I pay them back the difference between what they pay down the road and what they pay here. And that would be £3,500. So I asked him, well, how many people have ever asked for their money back? The answer was 0. When I was coached by on Ireland, and I said to him, he gave similar money back guarantee, how many people have ever asked for their money back? The answer was 0. When I speak to other business coaches who say, how many people have ever asked for the money back on the money guarantee? The answer is 0. You have to give some caveats to it. You have to make sure the client does the work, because often when we're doing business coaching, clients say, oh, that's a good idea. And then they just carry on doing what they've done forever. And that doesn't work. You've got to train clients to do what works in a business. And that's what we do. So the message is loud and clear that if you don't want to exclude your clients from the opportunity of earning serious sums of money and helping you also earn serious sums of money, then don't put your price on your website. If you want to book a free session with me, I usually give people about an hour and give them lots of ideas as to how to help grow their business. Please do book a call. I'll then send you a diagnostic questionnaire so I can make sure you're the sort of person I can help. If you're not the sort of person I help, I won't take you on. So that avoids the issue that we get often with people say, well, you should put your price on the website because I need to know whether I'm the right sort of client to you. Well, I'll tell you whether you're the right sort of client to me, and I won't take you on if I don't have value. So that's Alan Kennedy of Time, Team and Money, hoping to help you get from Hell Island to Heaven.